everyone. In the last video of frequency distribution, I had told that we will be understanding the frequency distribution calculation through Excel. Now here we will solve an Excel and we will calculate the frequency distribution using the MS Excel. So let's start. So in front of you, you can see that there is a data set which has columns like employee code, department, gender, performance scores and work-life balance. Okay. Now if I can calculate frequency of two types of data. One, I can calculate the frequency of departments or gender. Now you can see the department or gender both are categorical form of data, whereas the performance score is a continuous data. Okay. So I can create gender and department in a different way of frequency calculation, and I can do the frequency calculation of performance score in a different manner. But before I start the calculation of frequency distribution, since frequency distribution comes under the descriptive statistics, so let us first understand how do we calculate the descriptive statistics of performance scores. For that, we have to go to data. And we can see that we do not have any component of data analysis tool pack over here. So to insert the data analysis tool pack, first I have to go to file, then I have to go to options, and under options I will click on add-ins. Under add-ins, if I go below, so you can see that there is a button that is go. If I click on go, and there is point that is called as analysis tool pack, I will select that option and I will click on OK. Then I again go back to my data, and you can see the data analysis tool pack has been installed in my Excel sheet. So let me click on this. Now after I click on the data analysis tool pack, this kind of a window appears, and under that you will see there are various options are available for different types of data analysis tools. But our objective over here is to calculate the descriptive statistics. So I will click on the descriptive statistics and I will click on OK. And in the input range, I will take the data which I want to calculate the descriptive statistics of. Now remember one thing, I cannot calculate a descriptive statistics of department and gender where I cannot calculate the standard deviation, I cannot calculate the variance. So for gender and department, the maximum descriptives that we can find out is the frequency distribution. So to get the rest of the value of descriptive statistics, we have to take the performance score. So I will click on label and then I will select this entire range of the data, and then my data range has been selected. I will click on the labels in the first row, and to display my output, I can select any one place in the Excel sheet where I want to display my output. Then I'll click on the summary statistics and then click on OK. So once I've done that, you can see I have got all the values of the descriptive statistics starting from mean, standard error, the median, the mode, standard deviation, sample variance, kurtosis, skewness, range, minimum, maximum, sum and count. All these terminologies has been explained in our previous videos of descriptive statistics in the normal distribution. Now after we have calculated the descriptive statistics, now let us come to calculate the frequency. Now I am going to calculate the frequency of performance scores, and also I will calculate the frequency of departments. Okay. So let us first with the calculation of frequency of the departments. To do that, first of all, I will create a small table like this, which will have the labels as specialization, then frequency, then relative frequency, and then percentage. First I will do that, I will write down all the specializations that we have in our data set. Now we have three different specializations, that is marketing, finance and HR. So in order to avoid the syntax, so I will directly copy marketing and I will paste it, which I have already done that. Similarly, I will copy this finance, I'll paste finance over here, and HR I will copy and I will paste HR over here. So I'm doing a copy paste just to avoid this syntax error. Thereafter, let us calculate the frequency. To calculate the frequency, already the formula I have written over here. What I need to do is that I have to use a function of Excel that is called as countif. Now I'll click on equal to sign. Then I will select the function of countif. For the selection of the range, I have to select this entire range of departments, that is from B2 to B21, and then I will have to select the criteria of frequency, that is marketing. So I will select the cell that is G it is 15. So G15 and B2 to B21. So this is what is my range of the data that I have selected. After that, I will just click on enter. Then I will get the frequency of the number of times marketing has occurred in the data set. Similarly, if I just drag it down, I will get the frequency of finance as well as HR. Now this is just the frequency calculation of these groups, that is marketing, finance and HR. So this is the group data. Now I will calculate the relative frequency of this grouped data. To calculate the relative frequency, I have to first calculate the sum. So to calculate the sum, I will click on equal to, I will select the function that is sum, double click on it, then again I will select this 3 data of which I am going to calculate the sum, bracket close and enter. So the 20 is the total count of the number of observations that we have seen in this data set. So 20. Now to calculate the relative frequency, I will use equal to 8 divided by 20. Okay, and 20 I can fix it by using function F4. Enter. And then this one I can drag it down. If I want to convert it to percentage, what I have to do, I have to just take the value as it is, equal to, and just select this value. Similarly, I will drag it down, and then I will have to just, you can go to the home tab and you can see there is a sign of percentage over here. I'll just click on the percentage. So here I have got the percentage of marketing representation in the entire data set, that is marketing represents 40% of the entire data set. Finance represents 35% of the entire data set, and HR represents 25% of the entire data set. So that's how we calculate the frequency as well as the relative frequency and the percentage of frequency. Then coming to the next type, that is if I have a continuous scale of data, that is now here I have groups, but here I do not have groups. Okay. So 75, 89, 86, 75. So now if I want to calculate the frequency of this data set, what I have to do, I have to group it first. So for grouping it, I will see what is the minimum value of my data set. So if you can just observe, so the minimum value, here also you can see the minimum value from the descriptive statistics we have calculated is 53 and the maximum value is 93. So we can take a range of data that is 50 to 100. Okay. So I will create groups like this. So 50 to 60, since our minimum value is 53, so we can take the first group as 50 to 60, then the second as 61 to 70, 71 to 80, 81 to 90 and 91 to 100. Okay. And after you have written that, so you will have to use the function of frequency, that is equal to countifs, then select this entire range of data, that is D2 to D21. So that is what I have written over here. Fix it by using function F4, then comma, and if this range of data is greater than 50, okay, and it is less than 60. So that means that you have to take all the scores that lies between 50, so 50 and above, and less than 60. So that is how, so whatever data comes between the range of 50 to 60, including the 50 as well as 60 number, so whatever the count of data will be there, it will be coming as a frequency under the range of 50 to 60. So after we have done that, we'll click on enter, and here we have got the frequency, that is within the range of 50 to 60, we have 2 observations. Similarly, if I drag it down, so using this function, if I click on enter, you can see that there are 2 observations within the range of 50 to 60. Now, if I want to calculate the number of observation between 61 to 70, what I have to do is that I will first drag on this data from the top to bottom. Now you can see the values are getting repeated. Why it is getting repeated? Because the range of the data we have put on the first value is 50 and 60. So that's why the same value is coming. So what we have to do, we have to do a little bit of changes over here. We click on the formula over here, and here instead of 50, we will write here 61. and instead of 60 over here, we will write down 70. And then enter, that's 5. Similarly, here we will put the range, that is 71, and here we will put 80. Enter. Similarly, we will do the necessary changes in each of the cell. And the last one, that is 91 and 100. So here this is how, so within the range of 50 to 60, the frequency is 2, 61 to 70 it is 5, 71 to 80 it is 6, 81 to 90 it is 5, and 91 to 100 is 2. So that's how we calculate the frequency using MS Excel and the descriptive statistics also. Thank you learners for your kind attention.